All right, we're covering Triplemania, the Marvel exhibition match.
I'm still trying to figure out how they can use the Marvel name when it's owned by Disney. I tried to do some research. I don't think that there's any connection between Disney and.
Do you think they have it vague enough to where nobody is truly affected by this?
No, I mean they did. They used the Marvel logo, so I wonder if what's the channel's name that we watch? Space has like some licensing with.
Here's my thing. I would not be.
Haven't found anything.
I would not be surprised if Disney gave a somewhat okay to do this kind of match,
right?
Because superheroes are very popular in Mexico, and people associate Lucha Libre stars with superheroes. They're icons.
We do have the Mex Avengers here in Vegas.
Right. I mean, it's just iconic for them. So I would not be surprised if Disney said, that's totally fine, go ahead and go for it.
And it was definitely a match that was meant for, it was not very, the match itself was not very good.
Right. So, the competitors in this, because we were going to do this. So,
yeah.
La Leyenda Americana, or Captain America, was Golden Magic.
Yeah, and he came out
in a motorcycle. The most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my entire life. So he was driving up in a motorcycle, right? And then all of a sudden, did he come down or did he come up? He came up. He came up on this motorcycle, and it looked ridiculous. Mm-hmm. It just was ridiculous. So yes, Captain America was Golden Magic.
Okay.
El Crenano, the Spider-Man guy.
Oh my God.
He was coming down from an elevated thing, upside down. And I'm like, please don't fall.
From the top of the stadium. Kind of like in a Shawn Michaels-esque style.
Except if that was on a shoestring budget and they had the same camera equipment that hooked up Owen Hart. Jesus Christ, I swear to God, the thing was wiggling and jumping around.
I know. It was probably being manually
That was the fucking scariest thing I think I've ever seen.
And then you required two helpers to get unhooked. It was
horrible.
Bad.
So anyway, that person was actually El Hijo del Vikingo.
Interesting.
La Estrella Cometa, I butchered that immensely.
La Estrella Cometa?
Cosmica. La Estrella Cosmica. There we go.
Is that Wonder Woman?
I think so. Cosmic bitch. I don't know.
Maybe it's not. Maybe it's. I don't know.
Anyway, that was Lady Maravilla.
Okay.
So on Team Terror, it was Terror Pupiera, which is Brian Cage. Not surprised. Venom, basically.
Yep.
Vemicido was Black Taurus. I was not surprised about that one.
No.
And nobody knows who La Pantera Letal was, or Lethal. So we have no idea who that was. So anyway, this match was happening. I was bored to tears. I was actually making dinner, so I wasn't really paying attention.
It wasn't.
But we saw the greatest fucking thing. So they had this terrible break apart thing, and somebody who was playing the Hulk, who I almost can guarantee you was Murder Clown.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was tall enough and he had the build. I'm like, there's no way that's not Murder Clown. Comes out. The most ridiculous mask I've ever seen. He stares at Terror the whole time. As that was happening, the match was still going on. Yep. So what was the point of the Hulk? Just to do it.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was retarded. Anyway, it was like this. I can't remember. I have it in my notes here of how this happened. It was just ridiculous. It was at 6:30 by, I believe it was Vikingo for the win. So the good guys won. Hooray. This is where Peanut Gallery went off the cliff. Because he did not get this one right.
Yeah, this was.
And it was really funny. I was looking at Twitter because there's a guy that I talk to, and he always gives us a hookup for Triplemania and all the Lucha Libre shows. And he's like, oh my God, this is so awesome. I'm like, I'm just not sure if I'm not invested within the culture fully.
The match itself was decent.
It was stupid, especially with the Hulk.
I know, it was stupid. But, the competitors themselves, they put on a great show. It was very much a spot fest. What do you expect from a six-man tag team match?
What I'm going to assume is that this was all for the kids.
It's a classic luchador tag team match.
It's an exhibition. It's a showcase. Right.
Yeah.
Now, maybe I'm just not culturally inclined.
Maybe he said it was awesome because he was just laughing his ass off.
Maybe because the Hulk's mask had like this big like grin.
I know.
It was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life.
It was ridiculous.
But yes, the good guys won, which I am not surprised about.
And I think there's like a little bit of a storyline with the Marvel exhibition matches as well.
I can almost guarantee you that. I don't know. I just thought it was ridiculous, and it was fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
But like I said, I was roughly paying attention to it. Anyway, on to the next. All right, let's make this ship matches again, starting with the Marvel Lucha Libre edition.
No.
Okay, then. Now, here's one thing.
Here's the thing about AAA is that they don't do a lot of clarifications as far as storyline goes.
Right.
So I think that, because I know that there's something going on with the Marvel heroes and stuff, that they were able
maybe some video packages before each match to really not only give us a little bit of a break between, but really kind of catch people up. And that's the one thing I love about WWE. They do that for the bigger matches.
They do that for WWE. They do that.
AEW
does
you
that.
You can
Impact
skip.
Wrestling
You can
does that.
Right. For some of the bigger matches, they do it in NJPW. They do that.
They do it. Yep. New Japan Pro Wrestling does that too.
And I think CMLL does that to a point. Yep. Ring of Honor does that. Everybody else does it, but AAA. So here it's like, why is the Hulk and Terror staring at each other other than reasons? The entrances were fucking absurd.
Oh my god, and they took forever.
They were scary and long. I think. Like, all the entrances took like 5 minutes because every single person had to come out in separate entrances all the way down to the ring.
At least the videos looked better than their usual.
Yes, I will say that. Yes, usually the videos have like this garbage-ass like background. But instead they have like this big sprout thing of color. Here, I'll show you an example. So, like, they had like this kind of coloring like around Drago, like that pink or the purple or the thing around here with that green. They had that instead of your regular nonsense, which actually looked a lot better.
It did.
Actually, no. The things for these ones were made by somebody totally different, and they were fucking cool.
It was,
like, give me more of that.
But yeah, it was, no.
It was, no. Anyway, let's talk about Copa Triplemania.
I wish that they had
They should have announced everybody because...
They should have. They should have also given us clarifications how many competitors were in the match as
right.
well.
And they gave it to us later. It's like 12-person Copa Triplemania. It's like, okay, why didn't you tell us that beforehand? They gave us like 4 slots. So Peanut Gallery are going there. Oh, it's a fatal 4-way. So we chose like one person and like a definitive winner between the people that we fought. And said, no, let's have 12 people in it.
We had to throw this match out for purposes of our statistics. So like, no one's gonna get this.
Right. No one got it either.
Right.
It was really stupid. I mean, the match itself was fine.
It was.
Maybe kind of tell us what it was for other than a stupid trophy.
It pretty much was for a stupid trophy.
No, I hate it. I hate it when there was like a battle royal or a tournament that means nothing. Give me like a #1 contender for like
the title,
even like an American champion or something.
Right.
That's fine. Anyway, the ref.
The ref.
Really, the ref.
The referee, I understand that there might be some referees that are a little biased.
This
referee was so blatantly obvious as to who was going to win that you couldn't even appreciate the match because you knew who won because of who the referee is favoring.
It was getting annoying. And they did timing perfectly. Later with the mask versus hair when the sister betrayed Psycho Clown,
right.
where she low blowed him at the very end of the match. Perfect timing for that. Awesome. But this one, the referee was just blatantly cheating the whole time. Like, I understand.
It's like did a producer just not stop the match, or what's going on?
Right. It made it look like
it made it look like Deonna
the people
off or something.
Right. The people running this were incompetent. In that you do not want to get that perception on a match this important.
Right.
If it wasn't,
it also made Impact look bad.
Right. It's like Deonna Purrazzo needed all of his help to beat Faby Apache. If that was what they were going for, there was a way to do that a lot better. #1, if the referee waited until the very end to be a sly little shit, this would have been a lot better.
Oh yeah, it would have.
But instead, the whole time, every count was 1-2 or 1-2 or some BS where somebody's interfering.
Right. And see, that's where I knew who the winner was.
I lost it. I lost my entire interest in the match at that point.
Yeah.
Like, at all.
It was before the match even started. We all knew.
Right. I would not change anything about this match other than maybe making the surprise a little bit better.
Yeah.
I probably would have had Taurus and Cage come out last instead. Yep. Maybe some storyline. Once again, the storyline building could have been a little bit better regarding this.
Right.
And, I mean, really, I don't have much else to say. I thought it was booked perfectly. The pacing was nice.
And see, at least with the Deonna Purrazzo match, because there was a little bit of build-up at the previous pay-per-view.
Right.
So we kind of had an idea of what was going on.
We knew exactly what we were getting into going to it. She challenged the person. She had a match before, attacked Faby Apache's friend. We had that storyline build-up going into this show, and that was fine. But this one, it was just a match.
Right. It was just there.
And I get it. Like, I mean, I kind of wish there were more titles on the line. But, you know, Laredo Kid is Cruiserweight champion, and Taurus is the Latin American champion. Right. Also 1/3 of this Trios champions. Right. So, I thought overall this was fine. I liked it a lot. Mm-hmm. And I really wouldn't change too much about it. I would change everything about this one. Number one, I had an incredibly difficult time establishing La Empresa as a threat.
Yeah.
Number two, this is why you need to build these matches with packages.
Right.
Because you know, with the people involved within within these matches, there's going to be an international audience. Right. And they're not going to watch every single thing because there's already enough wrestling that you have to get through.
Right.
Why did they not have any video package about this?
Right.
Like, at all.
I was kind of lost.
I was lost, and also, if you're going to
they interfered in a previous match.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that the match was canceled. I'm like, oh, they're not doing this. They threw the match out because there was already interference and they're already in big trouble.
Right.
No, they came out as if nothing happened.
Right. They attacked Mr. Iguana, who went out on a stretcher, and they were like, back out, whatever. And, you know, they worked hard and they tried their best. But once again, this is the one thing I hate about Lucha Libre Wrestling. They promote it as a trios match, right?
Right.
In any other trios match, it would have been a disqualification with everything.
Right.
They did not give any clear indication that this was a no disqualification.
Right.
I hate that. It's like, tell me this. With Mask versus Hair, I can already get the inference that they're going to try to do everything within their power to keep that dignity.
Right.
So
they'll go to disqualification.
You already have that perception.
Right.
But with this one, you don't get any of that. It was just a match, and then it's like, oh, we're just going to do cookie sheets all of a sudden.
Right.
We're going to bring out this weird-ass board of white that made no sense that Peanut Gallery thought was a table. I'm like, that thing is white as shit. But, and then the whole thing with, like, Pagano and Chessman, they timed this so fucking poorly. And the camera angles did not give any indication of this. They need build-up. We need build-up for this kind of conflict.
Right.
And why these ones? Like, I mean, of any people to represent AAA, why Chessman?
Right.
Like, I get it, he's like a big draw, but Chessman has always been like that anti-AAA. If you're going to do all heels, you need to do all baby faces. You cannot do this. It's so weird.
It is. It's so bad.
It's really bad. And the match was just sloppy. Everyone was out of place. And it was just... Now, some of them were good. Murder Clown did try his best, and he did some really good stuff.
Yeah.
I thought Murder Clown was the best timed performer in this entire match.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again... We already know about the finish.
I loved the Flair surprise.
Yes.
The finish was, I mean, okay, I understand AEW's thing about this, but this was Andrade's debut.
Right.
This was Andrade's debut match back in AAA as this character. And then you beat him clean. And that was the other problem. This was clean.
Oh, yeah.
I wish that this would have been like a Conan...
A dirty finish.
Right, like Conan hit him with like a table or like a table. Conan picks up a table and hits Andrade with it. No, like a brass knuckles or something.
Right, and that's what I thought. Oh, he's
or like roll up with the tights or something where there could have been something.
Right.
But no, clean pin. Omega was the better man. And then Andrade just gets up immediately and walks back out. Now, Flair was good and the match itself was fine. I just kind of wish we had something a little bit different.
I wish the finish... Because if you want to set up a rematch, it's be very hard for them.
It's going to be a lot harder to set up a rematch. It's like, okay, he already had his opportunity. He lost clean. Like, well, no. We're wrong. Totally wrong on that.
No.
There was. There was a belt hit.
Yes, there was a belt
Okay,
hit.
there was a belt hit. They've established that. Okay, literally ignore that whole rant. Here's my thing. I still think Kenny Omega should not have hit his finisher and did the clean pin. It should have been a belt shot and a roll-up and tights.
Right, exactly.
Okay. At this point, I totally forgot because, like, what happened later, I was just so pissed off that...
let's talk about what happened later.
It was death. I did like the moment with Flair and Conan, though. That was really good.
Yes.
I did like that. Anyway,
No.
I love the build-up to this match.
Yes.
We got exactly what we needed. Because, number one, they promoted this match heavily on social media.
They did.
If you really wanted this, you could watch all of it. And it was great. I understood the hardcore aspect of this because they attacked each other outside.
Right.
And the timing of the sister betraying Psycho Clown was fucking awesome.
Right. Otherwise, the match itself was pretty lackluster.
Yes. The match itself was...
The mask being pulled apart was not a good start.
Right. And so they had to change everything about all of their spots because somebody got a little overzealous.
Yep.
Let's make sure that our shit works before we start doing it.
Yeah, let's make sure you have enough stitching in there for your mask to be able to make it
Oh, no,
work.
I was talking about, like, the shaving stuff.
Oh, yes. The hair, yeah. The scissors and stuff.
But here's my problem, though. I think because it was so chaotic this time, we couldn't get that. Here's the thing. This match was not as impactful because Psycho Clown did not do any of the shaving.
Right.
Where, okay, we did a review a couple of years ago of, it was Blue Demon Jr.
Right.
and Dr. Wagner Jr.
Right.
in a mask versus hair. That match felt big, huge. You know why? Because Blue Demon was the one who shaved, shaved Dr. Wagner Jr.
Yeah.
He did it. That made that more significant.
Right.
This one, he did not. The referee did it, and some little bitch did it. It's like, I don't give a shit about these two.
Right.
Give it to Psycho Clown and have them the only two people in the ring to do it. Because Rey Escorpión even said, no, I was the one who put up my hair because the rest of his little army was going to say, oh, no, let's see if he's like, no, I have to do this. I have to. And they did the same thing with Pagano and Chessman, where Chessman said, no, I put up my hair. I have to do this. Where, it was Pagano doing it. It was Blue Demon Jr. doing it. It was not Psycho Clown.
It was chaotic. It was a very chaotic.
This felt like an absolute mess. Like, it felt like a botch. I feel like this whole match was a botch.
Yeah.
And you don't want that.
Right.
You want a nice, clean thing. And any other company, literally any other company, would have made sure that all of this shit would have worked and spots would have been fine.
Right.
I'm not even going to blame Rey Escorpión for ripping it as much as he did.
Right.
He was trying to play heel, and I get that. But if Psycho Clown wanted to do this, maybe have, like, another mask underneath. Maybe have it a little more complicated. He ripped this thing like it was nothing.
Yeah, no, it was like a clean rip. It's like, dude.
Maybe, like, a little bit of a rip or something or whatever. Okay, here's one that really did it well, as an example. When Vampiro faced Pentagon Jr., they ripped off the mask of Pentagon Jr. very slowly.
Right.
Except this one was one spot. I would have done like one small rip.
Yeah.
And then another one. And then another one. You build. Because that's what wrestling is. You build to the climax.
Right.
This was not that.
No.
And it just felt, it was bad.
It looked very bad.
So yeah, those were all the matches. So we want to hear from you. What did you think about Triplemania? Did you watch it?
Yep.
What was your favorite match? What was your least favorite match? And what could they have done better? We want to see how you would make Pro Wrestling Majestic again.
All right, next week we are covering SummerSlam because we will be there live. We are covering NXT TakeOver 36 because we will be watching that on Sunday. We will not be covering Ring of Honor. There is just no time in our schedule to do that.
If we were not going to SummerSlam live, we probably would have done it.
But between Mothership being in town and the fact that there are already 2 pay-per-views.
And tickets, and one of them is SummerSlam, and we're going to it, there's just no way.
There's just no way. But we will still be doing predictions on Ring of Honor. We will just not be covering it. And then, obviously, the week after is NWA, so, we just
two NWA shows,
we just won't find the time.
Right.
There is no time in our schedule to do Ring of Honor.
No.
Which is unfortunate, but hey, it happens.
We'll watch Death Before Dishonor. So.
Right.
That'll be next month. So, if you did like this, remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends on all social medias, follow us. There will be a link tree down below. Become a patron as well, where you can get like cool exclusive stuff, including like merch and all that nice stuff. We'll be coming in with that sooner rather than later. We're growing really fast as of late, so definitely stay tuned for that. But as always, be majestic.